Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. Breaking news. Breaking news. There's actually a lot of things going on with Bitcoin and Dogecoin right now. There's a lot of breaking news. So I wanted to have a live stream with you guys. I know a lot of you guys are excited. Today is a very, very special day. We all know about the outrage with Robinhood, with Wall Street buys and everything that's going on. And now we're starting to see some real traction afterwards. I mean, there's a lot. I'm just going to get to it. There's a lot of things going on, right? Obviously, very exciting for crypto. And I just want to share with you guys. I want to share with you guys everything. So thanks for tuning in. As always, I do live streams 11 a.m. Central Standard Time every single day and at night now too, but the times vary. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future streams. All right, let's do this. Let me change the screen here. First of all, Bitcoin is doing pretty darn good. Pretty darn good, right? A lot of people were scared over the last few days, over the weekend, right? But just look at Bitcoin now. All the way back up to 34,200 something, and it looks like it wants to break above 34.5. So today is a good day for Bitcoin, and I'm going to, because there's some breaking news, a lot of things going on right now, right? But obviously, I know a lot of you guys, including myself, can't believe what you're seeing with Dogecoin. It is nearing 5 cents. In fact, it did break 5 cents, and it looks like it wants to go all the way up to 10 cents. Which would be crazy, which would be nuts. But if you thought that was nuts, well, what about $1? Is that realistic for Dogecoin? I'm going to address that too, because I think the landscape has really changed. It really did. And it all stems from Wall Street bets. And this really changed the game. And I know most of you guys know this already, but Wall Street Bets, a Reddit group, and they've been basically saying F you, giving the middle finger to Wall Street, right? Pumped up GameStop to the moon, caused a lot of hedge funds to get liquidated, lose billions upon billions of dollars, right? And of course, they started pumping up a lot of other retail stocks that were heavily shorted. Basically, a group of individuals said F you to Wall Street, to the establishment. You don't know best, right? We're going to cause change. And they did in a big way. But then, you know what? The hedge funds and these market managers decided to fight back. Specifically, right, by targeting the brokerages, probably working with them and telling them, hey, you know what? You need to help us stop this. You need to stop this, right? So, of course, today the big headline is Robinhood. Robinhood decided to close trading. Restrict trading of GameStop, AMC, and all these other guys, right? And they just did it out of the blue. Now, this caused a lot of controversy, right? A lot of controversy. People were like, what is going on? Robinhood actually became popular among millennials because they were kind of like a company that said F you to the traditional brokerages out there, right? They were different. They're like the cool kids on the block. And they decided to do something that a lot of people thought they wouldn't do, which is restrict free trading. That's what they did. They decided to basically take upon themselves and say, hey, you know what? You can only sell your GameStop and AMC, but you couldn't buy, right? So in essence, they were limiting free trade, and people were outraged. I mean, everyone was outraged, right? And this kind of shows you when you have a centralized entity, you got to listen, you got to abide by that rules. And sometimes that's just not fair and doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Even AOC, right? She wrote this. We need to know more about Robinhood's decision to block retail investors from purchasing stock, while hedge funds are freely able to trade as they see fit. As a member of the Financial Services Committee, I support a hearing if necessary. And Elon Musk even chimed in and said, absolutely. And she's not the only one. Ted Cruz and others, basically both sides, they're all wondering, hey, how come Robinhood did this? Because obviously hedge funds, they're still trading away, right? And it's rumored that the hedge funds, they were buying up shorts again. They were buying up shorts while this was going on. So it seems like this is major manipulation going on. Major manipulation by Robinhood, by the brokerages, everyone that decided to halt trading, including Webull and stuff. But everyone, you know what? They decided to, they caved in because there was just too much pressure. So before that, here, even Mark Cuban, who's not even really he warned people about the bubble, but then look at what he tweeted. I got to say, I love what is going on with Wall Street Bets. All those years of high frequency traders, front running retail traders, now speed and density of information in retail trading is given to the little guy an edge. Even my 11-year-old traded with them and made money, right? So everyone is jumping on board. Everyone actually supports Wall Street Bets. Not because, they're pumping out everything to the moon, but basically they're going against the people that have really hurt a lot of people. The hedge funds, right? With their shorts. They're just borrowing stock and they're shorting away companies, making billions while driving businesses to closure, to bankruptcy. So that is not fair at all. And these hedge funds and banks, they screw up all the time. They screw up all the time, and guess who's punished? The average Joes, the average investors, right? So guess what? Robinhood got sued today. A lot of people are very, very angry about Robinhood. There's a class action lawsuit that was filed, right? Because of what they did, because they all of a sudden just decided to limit trading, not only on GameStop and AMC, but a dozen other ones like Nokia, BlackBerry, and there's a lot. They just decided. And guess what? After all this, they finally caved. I know it's not just them. Webull, because a lot of people were saying use Webull as an alternative. Webull said, you know what? We made a mistake. We're going to open up trading. And Vlad, I don't know who Vlad is, but he is one of the co-founders of Robinhood. He just tweeted this out. Starting tomorrow, we plan to allow limited buys of these securities. We'll continue to monitor situations and make adjustments as needed. And that's the last thread. But look at all this. Look at all this stuff that he tweeted out, right? Basically excuses. We have financial requirements, including SEC net capital obligations, clearinghouse deposits. Some of these requirements fluctuate based on volatility, blah, blah, blah. None of those were real reasons. It was just because he was pressured, probably, by the parent company, which is rumored to be supporting Melvin Capital. And Melvin Capital was getting hammered based on their shorts. So you could see how it all connects, right? So Robinhood's main parent company, is the one that bankrolled Melvin Capital, which has been shorting GameStop. And you could see how Robinhood has caused them to lose a lot of money. So it makes a whole lot of sense. They told Robinhood to do this. And now there's so much backlash and so much attention, they have no choice but to reverse their decision. And I don't know what limited buys mean. If they're going to limit people on how much they could buy tomorrow. But tomorrow will be definitely interesting because all these brokerages, they realize they made a mistake. They're going to get sued and they're going to get questioned by a lot of people, right? And this is what's happening. This is the latest update, right? Now, how does this relate to Bitcoin and crypto? Well, this kind of opened people's minds, in my opinion. I think it really did. This morning stream, I talked about the emergence of DeFi and how it's here to stay. And I think that is true because people are looking for alternatives, something that they could trust, something that can't just snatch something away from them, right? Out of the blue, right? So people are looking for alternatives. And guess what? What's the biggest FU to the establishment? Bitcoin and crypto. And that's what we're seeing. That's why I think we're seeing such a big influx of money, especially into Dogecoin, which is a meme coin, right? Especially to Dogecoin, but everything, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, the whole crypto market, right, has been flying high this afternoon, and this is only the beginning, Before I get to Dogecoin, I want to talk about Bitcoin because there's a lot of Bitcoin news, breaking news, and I got a lot of super chats, and I'm sorry, I got caught in my my spiel here, my gospel. Just kidding. Camille said, should have bought more Dogecoin last year. Everyone says that. But I mean, we all kind of ignore Dogecoin because it's a meme coin. It gets pumped and dumped, pumped and dumped. But right now, it's on an epic pump of epic proportions. London Chinese Cabbie says, I mentioned Dogecoin Polkadot last week. Use Femex guys. I don't know who they are. Hopefully they're not a pump group. Who else is there? What's the last one? Who let the dogs out? Well, yeah, I think we know who, right? So right now that's what's going on. And I really think this changes the landscape. It really opens up people's eyes in terms of, you know what? Sometimes the way things are doesn't have to be. And it doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do, right? So now, of course, Coinbase is taking advantage. Coinbase has just announced this afternoon, due to what's going on with Robinhood, this is the perfect time. They are doing an IPO, but they're not doing it traditionally. They're going to do it via direct listing, and I wasn't aware what this meant. But basically, they're going to just release a set amount of shares to the open public, and people can buy it however much that's available, right? And the price is dictated by the public market. So this is a little bit different than a normal IPO where they set a certain amount at a certain price, right? And recently, a lot of the IPOs were priced really wrong, like Airbnb and DoorDash, right? They opened up at a price, and then as soon as they opened up, they tanked. So Coinbase is like, no, we're not going to do that, right? We're going to do direct listing. We're going to sell for whatever people are willing to pay for, right? So they announced this pretty much perfectly, right? This is like as good as you can time it. Right off the back of this bad press, with Wall Street, with the establishment, right? But so, this is a perfect time for them to do that. So this is pretty big. When Coinbase releases and sells their share, they are going to fly. And hopefully this fixes their services, because they still have problems with customer service. They still have problems with randomly banning accounts, which is going to be bad, because that's kind of like the same thing as like Robinhood almost, but not the same. But hopefully they fix all this stuff once they go public. But this is obviously pretty darn big. Not only that, Ray Dalio of Bridgewater Associates. Bridgewater Associates, just so you know, even though we're talking bad about hedge funds, they are the world's largest hedge fund. And now they're talking about coming out with alternative funds that may be supporting Bitcoin. So now you have some of the biggest players. I told you guys this. I told you guys about Ray Dalio. He's one of the most respected men. He's always been talking about how cash is trash, but he never jumped on a Bitcoin bandwagon. He always just told people, get rid of cash, right? Go invest or buy gold, but don't have cash. And then recently this year, or last year, I should say, he started talking positively about Bitcoin. And now he's going really positive, saying, yeah, we can't ignore Bitcoin. We're actually considering it. So this will be absolutely huge too. And obviously they're not the only ones doing so, right? So this is also very, very bullish for Bitcoin, right? Obviously you have a combination of factors now. You have institutional investors that is buying in, right? And you have retail investors that is buying in, right? So you got both sides buying in, and this is pretty massive, right? What else is there? There's just a whole bunch of stuff. Michael Saylor, of course, I think he's like the new Bitcoin Jesus. Going forward, we continue to plan on holding our Bitcoin and invest additional excess cash flows into Bitcoin. Additionally, we'll explore various approaches to acquire additional Bitcoin as part of our overall corporate strategy. So basically, Michael Saylor is saying, yeah, whatever we have cash, we're going to be buying Bitcoin as if he doesn't have enough. He has over 70,000 Bitcoin already, but yeah, he's going to buy more and more and more and more, right? And yeah. So as you can see right now, right? Everything, the landscape really changed. It seems like it almost changed overnight. Now, I don't want to over exaggerate or anything, but just saying what the amount of tension, the amount of money the amount of power that this one thread from Reddit has shown and kind of created for themselves. This is enormous. People are paying attention worldwide, and some of the most wealthiest people, they can't believe what is going on right now, right? And if you have, like I said, if you have a group of people that really believe in something, they believe in that cause, it's almost like faith-based. If they believe in it so much and they continue forward with it, you know, they can make it happen. And that is what Wall Street's bets have done, right? And that is why something like Dogecoin is also going up, because it's a meme coin and it's a big FU to the establishment. So this guy is the one, I believe, that started it all this morning, right? And he was the one asking about basically Dogecoin, right? How it can possibly go to $1. It's at 1 cent right now, right? And there's a random board called Satoshi Street Bets I did not check out, right? But basically, it's starting with Doge, right? A lot of people think that Wall Street Bets, and there was many posts in here that's also about Dogecoin. This is what started it all, right? And it kind of just started a normal pump, and then it just escalated. And now every single news outlet is talking about how the inside joke, the meme coin of crypto, is now becoming real. I mean, it shot up really, really fast. And I don't know, did it go down a little bit? Well, no, it's 4.5 cents. So it is now sitting at number 13. You could see that today, I mean, this is even wrong. This is slow. It's actually higher than this. So Dogecoin within a single day is probably up 500%. 500%. And they're about to close in the top 10. They're at 5 cents. They're at 5 cents. How high can it go? Can it realistically hit 10 cents? That'll be double from here. That would give them a 10 billion market cap, which would place them right under Cardano. The way things are, if Wall Street Bets and just individuals in crypto space, they believe in it, they believe that Dogecoin is worth 10 cents, it will get to 10 cents. That's honest thing. Just like Bitcoiners, like myself, I believe Bitcoin is going to go to 100,000 plus. I believe it could go to 200, 300, 500,000, and possibly one day $1 million each. And if enough people believe that and continue to buy and hodl, Bitcoin will hit $1 million someday too. So that's the power of group thinking, mob mentality, right? Like I said, it's almost like faith-based. I missed super chat. I think there's just one. Appreciate that from Gabriel. Appreciate that. So just want to give you guys an update. That is kind of the gist of it, right? Like I personally haven't seen within my many years of before, being involved with the dot-com bubble, with the 2007, 2008 housing bubble, with the crypto bubble of 2017, throughout all this, right? I haven't really heard that individuals from a forum, right, can actually do this. This is like the first time for me. I don't know if you guys remember any other times, but this is a really different time. And also, what's different about this is, of course, what has been happening over the last year, because of the pandemic, because of the endless printing, because of the stimulus checks been giving out, right? And also the ridiculous inflated Wall Street, right? This is the only recession that we have ever been in where stocks have reached all-time highs. Think about how that is possible. How can you go through a recession when stocks keep going up? That's because the fat cats, the hedge funds, they keep shorting good companies and they're making their billions, right? Or they're taking endless loans to buy out everything else, and the big and the rich gets richer, right? So this is unprecedented, where you have just a small group of retail investors, maybe not small, now has probably grown, and really have upset the normal way of things, the normal way of doing things, right? And I think this is why crypto could have a huge explosion soon because of this. because people are looking for better ways to invest, better ways to trade, better ways to store their value, better ways to transfer their value, and better ways to store their value, right? What better way than Bitcoin and crypto? There is no better way. It is the ultimate way, right? And this really can change things. It really can, right? So that's the big update. That's the big update. That is why Bitcoin today has rallied, and that is why Dogecoin is pumping up to the moon. I mean, this is an incredible pump. I mean, there's nothing you can say about it. It is an incredible pump. But seeing how much GameStop has pumped up, right, before it fell down, I mean, it got pumped up to $400 earlier, I think yesterday. That gave it like a 30 or 40 billion dollar market cap. So the Doge is sitting at 5 billion market cap. So can it go up even more? Yeah, it could definitely go up more, right? So now here's the magical question that a lot of you guys are wondering. Can Doge not only get to 10 cents, can it get to $1? Is it realistic for Dogecoin to hit $1? Well, that means, let's just do some math here, right? It is at 4 cents. Let's just round up to 5 cents because we're close enough to 5 cents. So if you take $1, divide by 5 cents, that would mean it needs to go up 20x. So it is at 5 billion market cap. So you times it by 20. So it would have $100 billion in market cap if it went up to $1. Is that realistic in the crypto world? Well, yeah, because Ethereum is at 155 billion, right? So if Doge was at $1, like right where Tether is, it would be sitting at number 3 with 100 billion market cap. Is that realistic? Who am I to say if it's realistic? It could definitely happen. The weirder things that happen, like right at the beginning, I was chatting, with people waiting. Do you remember the days when XRP went up to $3.77, right? Due to mass FOMO, Brian Kelly on CNBC telling people how to buy Ripple at $3.77. And at that time, it had a bigger market cap than Bitcoin, right? Do you remember that? So if XRP can hit $3.80, who's to say that Dogecoin can't hit $1, right? So like, I know it's far-fetched, and I'm not trying to like say, hey, everyone go buy it and let's go get to $1. No, I'm not trying to say that, but seeing how Wall Street bets have really changed the landscape and have, as we know right now, a ton of money at their disposal because their $600 stimulus checks have turned into like $1 million based on their option calls and buying. They have a ton of ammunition and they can pump up whatever the hell they want at this point, right? So who knows? It could happen. But 10 cents, I guess, is the first step. And after 10 cents, we'll see what happens. But besides Dogecoin, overall, Bitcoin is doing well. Let's check Bitcoin real quick. If it's above 34.5, maybe it took a little breather. No, 34.2. But honestly, Bitcoin is right below 34.5, right? I do want to see Bitcoin break above. It was rejected over here where it briefly broke and then came back down, right? So right now, what we want to see with Bitcoin is break above 34.5 and then utilize that as support. Then it's on its way back to 40,000 and beyond, right? And I do think with the landscape, with what has happened, what has transpired, that's honestly probably the next move, right? There's just so many people that's sick of what's going on, the current establishment, and they're looking for a better alternative, a decentralized one, the open source one that is not governed by anyone, right? Something that is immutable, incorruptible, that is controlled by code. There's no bias of any kind. There's no inflation of any kind, right? That's Bitcoin and also other cryptos. So, I mean, there's really no better buy at this point. All right, I'll turn it to you guys. I said a lot. It's definitely exciting, as you guys could tell. So let's do some Q&A. Pedro, I've always said that, right? But people corrected me and said you could use Doge on Pornhub or wherever. So there is a use for it. But the good thing about Doge is it's on all the major exchanges, basically. Every single exchange, I think outside of Coinbase, which hasn't listed them yet, but they're really widely spread, very popular, right? And now, you know, it's being pumped up to the moon. Yeah, I mean, Dear Diary comments on how all these people are buying Robinhood. I mean, because they're used to it. When you're buying stock, no one actually holds their stock, right? It's just like a placeholder, and everything gets held by a custodian, right? So people are used to that. Buying crypto is different, right? Obviously, you could buy crypto. You could buy Dogecoin on Robinhood, right? Even though I think most people are trying to move away from Robinhood, but you can. You could buy on Cash App. You could buy on PayPal. You could buy on a lot of different places, and including exchanges, right? You know, for general masses, that's good enough. They just want to hold it for now. They're not really caring about putting on a hardware wallet and managing their own keys. But eventually they will. Once you get into the space, that's the next evolution that will come, right? So you got to give it time. But right now, these financial apps is definitely making it very easy for people to come in and buy whenever they want to. That didn't really exist a few years ago. Think about 2016 leading to 2017. We did not have the Cash App, selling Bitcoin. We did not have Robinhood selling Bitcoin, nor did we have PayPal selling Bitcoin. And the exchanges were all new. Like behemoths like Binance came out latter half of 2017. People just kind of assume Binance has been around forever. No, they actually came out in 2017. I remember before when they came out, I actually received an email from their PR team asking me if I want to review the exchange for them, right? That's how small they were, that they were reaching me to help them market. And then look at them now, right? Certainly things have changed within a very short amount of time. Bittrex doesn't allow Dogecoin. So it looks like it stalled a little bit, but you know what? Who knows? Who knows where it's going to go? I mean, the amount of money that is flowing in right now is enormous. Enormous. I think people underestimate, $600 per person. You times it by, 1 million people or 10 million people. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of ammunition, right? VGX, Voyager is pumping. Well, that's good because I've been, the Voyager app. Voyager app has been very darn good. I've been using Voyager app for some of my lighter trades, right? And they're really good. They were down a little bit earlier today, but they fixed it really quick. So Voyager is actually a pretty good one. And you can buy Dogecoin on there too. And you can buy many other cryptos on there too. So I do actually like Voyager. And I'm glad to see that they are going up because they look like a really good project. So yeah, they're up pretty big. 18% right now. So good for them. I do have my affiliate link in the description. So if you use that, you get $25 of free Bitcoin if you make a $100 trade. So that's pretty good. Just FYI. I don't know about altcoin season is here. There's certainly ones. Like my stream this morning was about DeFi. And we know that Uniswap has been pumping up to the moon. People love DEXs. Aave has been pumping up to the moon, right? You could see these crazy gains, right? And Aave is about to get listed with Grayscale. Grayscale has just filed for Aave Trust. That is huge, right? That kind of shows you that if Grayscale is getting involved, I mean, institutions are looking at DeFi. DeFi is a whole other ball game. I know most people think about DeFi as some bad, horrible thing because of yield farming and all the scams that went on. But if you think about DeFi, decentralized finance, it's very broad. There's so many aspects to it, right? Not only do you have lending, you have staking, and you have DEXs, and you have a derivative market, and you have synthetic tokens, and you have everything else in between. Some people consider like oracles to be like a DeFi thing, like Chainlink. Not really, but okay, you could throw that in there. I mean, there's just so much. There's liquidity providers. There's stable coins. I mean, there's stable coin trading. I mean, there's just so much out there, right? There's NFTs. They're all involved with DeFi. So DeFi is very broad, and it's definitely here to stay. And most of the projects I've been looking at recently, almost every single one is a DeFi project because it is very exciting, very hot, and we don't know where it's going to go. But DeFi has also been very, 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 very hot right now. So that's also very positive. That's the reason why BTC dominance have been relatively low, right? It has been really low. And what's more impressive is when Bitcoin has been showing weakness, especially recently, when it even dipped below $30,000, BTC dominance didn't fly up. So that shows how much confidence there is in altcoins and DeFi overall. Because traditionally in the past, when Bitcoin goes down, everything sells off like mass panic, right? And that didn't happen this time. So that's also very, very positive overall. Crappy coin, I hope you did not sell your house for Dogecoin. But I think that the night is young. The night is young. I mean, who knows? Who knows if we see Dogecoin at 10 cents tonight? If it could head 10 cents tonight, I would say dollar is definitely definitely on its way. But you know, who knows? It's been pumped up to the moon already. I mean, it's up like 400% within a single day. You know, these are like, you know, GameStop numbers, right? So it could be taking a breather. Although, you know, with crypto, there is no opening and closing. It's 24/7. It's on all the time. Who knows if Asia or Europe, once they get up, right, whether they're going to be buying or selling. We just don't know. But that's the beauty of crypto. It's 24/7, nonstop. And the good thing about it is, yeah, you could trade anytime. The bad thing is it makes you lose sleep all the time. And big overall market cap is above 1 trillion again. So that's pretty positive. Is Litecoin still my second biggest alt holding after all this? I don't think I ever said it was my second biggest. I don't think I said that at all. But no, it is not. It is not. Actually, I have a small amount of Litecoin because I do think there's still a store of value, but you know what? Litecoin is never going to outperform Bitcoin. That's why I've been saying for a long time, if you go buy a store of value, buy the best, and that's Bitcoin. So it is not my second largest holding by far. So, okay, you need to calm down. Doge, it could fall back to like 2 cents, and it'll still be up like 200%. So just cool it. It can't be a rocket ship up like this. You don't actually want it to be. With this kind of growth, you actually want it to stall out a little bit like this. Like, I would love to see Doge kind of like go sideways a little bit before going up. Then it calms things down, because when things like this go on, it's usually doesn't end very well. So we'll see. Where's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin is still around the same. Getting ready to break through. Getting ready to break through 34.5. That would be very, very marvelous. And maybe tomorrow we'll see 36, 37 again, right? Why is Charlie a crook? Curious. I don't know if he's a crook, but maybe unethical. The way he sold at top, told everyone he sold at top, but he didn't really sell everything. So I don't know what you call that. Unethical. Nano is next. Check WSB. Why? Why Nano? He wore a Holo shirt when he sold out his LTC. Is that true? Wow, that would be amazing. Do you think Elon bought BTC? I have no doubt he owns some BTC. I think he kind of fakes it. Oh, I forgot to show this. Yeah, Elon also added fuel to the fire by tweeting this out. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But you guys get what he's trying to say. So Elon, of course, is very, very big into Doge, mainly because it's a meme. But still, every time he talks about Doge, it gets pumped up. And if he's talking about Doge now, that really adds fuel to the fire, right? But like I was saying at the beginning, those of you guys that tuned in late, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But yeah, Wall Street Bets, Marco, appreciate that. Wall Street Bets really changed the landscape. I mean, for retail investors, we know. I mean, sometimes we just kind of accept that institutions, they have the big money, they're the smart money. Retail investors, small money, dumb money, right? But now this is proving that that's not always the case. In fact, when you get a group of retail investors, right, the dumb money, you put a lot of dumb money in, and it is no longer small money. It becomes a large amount. And with the amount of information that's out there, people doing their own research, right, they could see things, they could connect the dots, and they could see trends, sometimes even ahead of these Wall Street analysts. In most cases, they're correct, because I've shown you guys enough of CNBC analysts out there that is just wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong, right? So this really changes the game. It does, right? So we got to see what happens tomorrow. What is today? Today's Wednesday, right? No, today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. So let's see what happens tomorrow when things go, open up, because Robinhood, they're opening up again tomorrow, right? But I think the damage has been done. This kind of proves to many, many people that, yeah, you can't really trust any of these guys. You can't trust brokerages. You can't trust financial firms. You can't trust hedge funds. You can't trust Wall Street, because they're all in it together, and they wanted to stick it to you, because the name of the game for them is to make the most money they can, and they're all kind of just working together. There is absolutely no reason why Robinhood should have shut down today. There's no reason why, right? And now they open a Pandora's box, because now a lot of Congress people is going to investigate whether or not this was legal at all. And everyone that decided to proactively shut down without due cause or any real reason, they might all get in serious trouble. In serious trouble. And if the SEC finds that the very companies, right, that is controlling Robinhood and causing them to do this, and then putting more shorts out, those guys will actually go to jail. So we'll see. They have really wrecked themselves in many ways, not just from money-wise. Some of them could actually be facing jail time because of this. Spaceboy, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been climbing. My subscriber count has been climbing more recently, obviously because of the market, but also I like to think that I improved my content and I've been streaming more, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But yeah, I appreciate that super chat. All right, so let's see where Doge is. I don't know, maybe it just yeah, it's kind of taking a breather right now. I think that's a good thing. Because it just shot up to 5 cents really, really quickly. Now it's holding at 4 cents. So this could be a good thing. Let it breathe, right? Let it cool down a little bit, and then it's gonna get ready again. So, Rocket Jr. asks, how fast is it possible for a crypto like Doge or BTC to go up? I mean, it's very fast. Sometimes you could see it pump up to the moon within a few hours. I mean, things can move really, really quickly. Really quickly. Mark, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, as for the Vegas trip, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for it. We got to wait for things to clear up, right? But if Dogecoin makes everyone multimillionaires, that's going to be even better. We're going to have even a bigger party at Vegas, right? So let's see what happens. If Dogecoin could actually hit $1, man, so many people would become multimillionaires, and it would be the biggest FU to Wall Street, because you know what? Now a meme coin has made so many people money, and then yeah, that would be a big FU. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I do know that Bitcoin is going to go much higher. I do think people's eyes have opened up. They're looking for something better, and they're going to turn to crypto. They're going to turn to crypto, and mainly they're going to turn to Bitcoin. So overall, the entire market is looking pretty darn good at this point. In Crypt 3D Broker, appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Do pigs get slaughtered in Wall Street? Well, yeah, Melvin Capital got slaughtered. That's the whole thing. Supposedly, they lost $4 billion with their shorts, and they covered. They covered their shorts. But people are theorizing that no, they didn't cover their shorts on GameStop because the short interest is still extremely high. Up until yesterday, it was still at 100%. So, I mean, you know, this whole thing could be manipulation. Hold on one second here. That was my broker calling me, telling me that they're restricting trading on GameStop again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not the case. All right, guys. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna see within the stream. I was hoping to see some more explosiveness out of Doge, but it's okay. It's kind of studying out right now. I think that's actually a good thing. Like I said, if it could go sideways a little bit without dumping and hold and build upon this will be fantastic. This will be fantastic. But it's not just Doge. I don't want to just make it seem like this is just one big hype party for Doge, but everything else is going up. I mean, just look at it across the board. BTC's going up, Cardano, Chainlink, right? Stellar, Doge, right? Obviously, 400 something percent. People mentioned Voyager. I haven't even checked them recently. They were up like 20 something percent. Kusama up, Sushi's up, FTX, whoever they are, I don't know who they are. The Graph is up. A lot of people, fans of Graph. Luna, Terra, right? Up huge. I actually mentioned about them in my last newsletter for my Patreon members. I talked about Terra. They're actually pretty good. They're pretty good, and they're up 31%. Nano's up. Swissborg is up huge. I mean, as you can see, Quant is up. Pedro loves Quant. 1 inch is up. They're actually pretty interesting, although the worst name ever, but they're a DEX aggregator. And basically, they, you know, if you want the cheapest, the most value for your trades, and if you want to use DEXs, one inch is actually pretty darn good. And everything else, even Verge, the old McAfee pump, right? Even Verge is up. So as you can see, everything's up. Voyager's up 31%. Yeah. Overall, the entire market is looking pretty good, right? We're above 1 trillion once again, and everything is looking very good. Wall Street bets have really changed things. So we'll just have to see. Well, the night is young. It's only 7:16 where I am. There's still plenty of time for things to get even more explosive, right? So we'll just wait and see what happens, and tomorrow will definitely be interesting. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for my future videos. All right, take care, guys. Enjoy your gains. Good night. Bye-bye.